Hello! Welcome to my new series that I have decided to call Azeroth's Next Top Model. To me, the real endgame of World of Warcraft is transmog, the system that lets you magically transform your armor to look like any other armor you've collected whilst playing the game. This lets you keep all of the good stats of your gear whilst also looking super slay. I've collected a bunch of your suggestions for themes and categories inspired by the in-game Trial of Style event and put them into a random spinning wheel that will decide how we're dressing today. I've selected 4 of my max level characters to be our models. Enri, the Draenei Frost Death Knight and my proper main, Masana, the Orc Destruction Warlock, who was my mum's character from when she used to play in vanilla, Ton, the human marksmanship hunter, who you may recognize from my Legion remix videos, and Norah, the Blood Elf Havoc Demon Hunter, who is secretly my favorite at the moment, but shh, don't tell the others! For each outfit, I will be spinning a wheel to determine the character / armor type, and then spinning another wheel to find out how I'll be styling them today. Last thing, before we jump straight into it, I want to mention a couple of other creators who are doing some excellent transmog-related content. First is Morgana, who has an amazing series called MogQuest, where she is trying to collect all of the transmog in the game, and Artemir, who has just started a series called the Azeroth Lookbook, where he reacts to and ranks upcoming tier sets. I highly recommend checking out both of these channels if you love transmog as much as I do. And with that out of the way, let's jump right into it. Fantastic. So we are going to hop into the game on my Warlock and give her a Nagrand themed outfit. Give me 2 seconds to get back to Donegal. I was hanging out in Stormzone Valley. This is actually quite a good one to start with because I kind of already have a bit of practice doing a Nagrand themed outfit because I have both Zerlin and Loriandril from the Deep Dive series in Nagrand transmogs currently. So I'm very familiar with the vibes. Also, I've just spent hours and hours and hours editing that video. So it's going to be sort of green and gold. Oh, but then also, actually, Nagrand is a very Magar Orc heavy zone. I mean, I could go with a very typical green and gold sort of aesthetic, or we could actually go kind of orcish. I mean, is it like problematic of me to use the replica stuff of Gul'dan? I feel like that would be a bit insensitive. This would be a really good time for me to actually have a lot more items and sets from Warlords of Draenor, but I just simply don't because I have barely played any of WoD. There's also like shamanistic things to take into account. That's a very big part of Nagrand and its culture. On the other hand, something like this gladiator's battered chest here could be good because we've got the Ring of Blood and the Ring of Trials. Like something like that could be quite cool. I feel like that's quite almost Magar Orc-y. Actually, the spring robes is kind of one of my most used items in the game. I really, really like it. That's quite cool as well. It's fun because there's also things like I know this specific shirt is a quest reward from Nagrand because it's so fresh in my memory. Yeah, okay. Yes, no, I'm going with this one because it feels kind of Magarish. I really like the sort of war paint on the arms and everything. I love that it's backless. That's just kind of a slay. And it feels kind of shaman-y to me. And I think that's the sort of side of this that I want to lean into. She's not a shaman. She's a warlock. But like, that's not relevant, you know? Shoulders are my favorite part of any transmog. Just generally. I really like them. I think they're often some of the best pieces in the game. Are those the matching shoulders? They're quite good. I quite like them. I mean, or we could just go like dragon shoulders. It's not quite the vibe I'm going for, I don't think. Ooh. No, I quite like these because I like that they've got like a horn or a tusk on them, and they kind of bring in the like yellowy color of Nagrand a bit. That's fun. I am such a huge fan of these belts that we've gotten with the War Within that have just like very normal looking belts that maybe have like a pouch or like a scroll on them. I use them constantly. They're so good. Like something like that would be quite cute with a little like green pouch on it. But then do I want something that's like a bit more elementally feeling or a bit more orc feeling? That's cool. I like that. I like that a lot. This is the matching belt and it does look very good, but I want something a bit more 3D, I think. Weirdly, I do quite like that. That's kind of a different vibe. That makes me want to change the shoulders to something else. Hold on, I'm switching gears a little bit because I like the vibe of this. I think it brings in that sort of shamanistic element. Like, it's very tempting when doing a transmog to suit a specific zone to just do a transmog that is the colors of that zone. That's what I tend to do, and I'm trying to think more creatively than that. I don't know if that's translating or if this just looks like completely like, how is this even relevant? But I know where I'm going with it, you know? That's a lie. I'm working this out as I go. This would be a really great moment for me to have a Magar tabard, but I don't because I haven't gotten the reputation up yet. And anyway, if I put a tabard on, then you can't see the fact that the robe is backless, and that's like a big drawing point of the robe, I feel. These reishi wrap cloaks that have like the individual little tendrils are just one of my favorite things that has ever been added to the game. I think it's so cool. I mean, like, it's kind of on the nose, but I do like having the orc crest. I don't actually use those a lot. They're one of my favorite things, the Scourge, Night Elf, Orc, and Human crests. I don't use them very often, but they're some of my favorite items in the game. And I mean, I think I've just got to commit to doing that. I'm going to be so honest. I am like 90% of the time a hide the helm sort of person because I really like seeing my character's face. But you know, it doesn't hurt to check, because also I always forget that I have these little scarves, which I think often add so much to an outfit. Like that I feel like elevates the whole look. Oh, but also, like, that's not bad. I do like that. It's the matching. This whole Earthrune set has been so good for this. I've used almost everything from it. Oh, that's really cool, actually. Chucking the tusks in there. Because that almost gives me like it feels like a reference to Garrosh. Yeah, I feel like I have to do that. Okay, and I want to change the stuff to something more big and glowy. I mean, that sort of matches the belt, which is sort of what I want to do. I want it to be something that matches the belt. Oh, I quite like that. That I feel like, can I make it glow? Ooh, okay. Yes, no, I love this. Okay. Let's have a gaze. Our first transmog fit is a Nagrand themed outfit for Masana, the Orc Destruction Warlock. In an effort to be more creative than just a green and gold transmog, I tried to channel some Magar, Orc, and Shaman vibes into this outfit. My favorite details are the belt and the staff, which almost look like they could be made from chunks of Oshugun crystal that you find throughout the zone. The staff in particular has the Transcendent Soul weapon effect on it to represent all of the souls and spirits that you deal with throughout the questing in Nagrand. Where did I leave her? I left her in Chatrath City. That's not helpful. I feel like this is going to be pretty easy because I have that set that is like a bikini. But you know what? I'm not going to complain about having an easy go of it for the first video. And I feel like she deserves a beach day anyway, so this works out well. Yeah, the sunny tropical set. Okay, this is actually really cute if you combine this beach set with the Warden set. It actually kind of matches perfectly and is really cute. I am obsessed with that. Wait, I would like actually wear this around. I'm having the time of my life doing this. Okay, I'm so obsessed with this. That was very, very easy to do. That took me like no time at all because, I mean, I basically just combined two existing sets. If any character of mine was deserving of a beach day, it would definitely be Norah, the Blood Elf Havoc Demon Hunter. The Trading Post Sunny Tropical Bikini set somehow matched perfectly with the green and gold version of the Warden themed set that you get for filling out your Traveler's Log 12 times. This meant that I could almost keep this as a proper armor set by giving her a really big belt and shoulders, though I'm not sure she'll be getting much protection from the rest. But really, isn't the point of a demon hunter to dress them in the most revealing sets you have? Oh, and also she's wearing a sun hat because sun safety is important. Now this is very exciting for me because I love Battle for Azeroth. So I feel like there's a few different directions that I could go with for this. I could lean into one of the sort of aesthetics of the specific zones, you know? I mean, if I'm going like Kultiris, I could do very sort of Sailor or very like Old God inspired or like sort of Drustvar inspired. Or I could do the opposite. I could go in a Zandalari troll direction, which could be fun for a human. But then, being Battle for Azeroth, I could focus on the actual battle itself and do sort of a soldier. I often find that the easiest place to start is with a weapon, because the weapons are often very big and flashy, and it's very easy to then create a center or like a focal point and then build things around that. With a few of my characters, I have specific preference about what weapons they use. So for this guy, even though he can use bows, guns, or crossbows, I prefer to always have him using a crossbow. And the same with my Death Knight, she can use any one-handed blades, dual wielding them, but I prefer to keep it as two swords when I'm doing the transmog. I think I want to lean into the whole like veteran of the Fourth War aesthetic. I mean, what actual items do I have from BFA? That's always a good place to start. So we have these very Kultiris inspired sort of things. God, I love Kultiris. But then the 7th Legionnaires stuff I think is really, really good. The 7th Legionnaire plate set is one of my favorite sets in the game. I use it all the time for my Death Knight. And this is good because I feel like it fits in quite well with the aesthetic of the human heritage set, the Lion's Guard set. Because where's that? Where is that? I know I have it. Where's my Lion's Guard set? There. Like, this is the 7th Legionnaire one. That's the Lion's Guard one. It's very similar, so I feel like I could mix and match some good bits from there. Like, look how well that goes together. 7th Legionnaire top, Lion's Guard leggings. I love that. What are our 7th Legionnaire leggings? I don't even know. I can't find them. Oh, I might not have them. Oh, well, that's unhelpful. But no bother, we can mix and match. See, that's quite cool. That's then like Kultiris specific boots in there, which I think ground the whole thing a little bit because I feel like they're semi-realistic boots, but then also bring back some of that Kultiris specific things. And then then again bringing the Alliance back into it with the Lion's Guard belt. I like that a lot. And the boots that match, or the gloves that match the boots. Is that the right color? Oh, he doesn't have a tabard equipped. That's annoying. I'll be able to fix that for next time. Human crest on the back. Again, very tempting. But I actually think... There it is. Shroud of Stormwind. There we go. Yeah, I like this. And a massive crossbow. Okay. So here we have Ton, the human marksmanship hunter in a Battle for Azeroth themed outfit. With a myriad of potential sub-themes to choose between, I decided to focus on the titular Battle for Azeroth, using a mix of 7th Legionnaire gear and the Lion's Guard human heritage set to represent the Alliance side of the war. And then also a few pieces of Kultiris leveling gear to tie the whole look back in with Kultiris itself. Usually this guy is wearing an eye patch to cover his blind eye, but this time I swapped it out for the little blue bandana tied around his head, which I thought was a bit cute. This feels like a perfect way to end this first video, and a perfect way to start this series. It goes both ways. Right, I know exactly what sword I want to use. There we go. Purple crystal sword. Obvi, because if you're not familiar with Azuremyst Isle, which, you know, I wouldn't blame you, it's not a very revisited zone. There's no real reason to go there these days unless you're like super nostalgic about it like I am. But it is full of crystal debris that is slowly corrupting the entire island that have all fallen off the Exodar when it crashed. So this is going to be quite purpley. I mean, that's very nice. But there's a part of me that's like, could I use some of the, like, it's a starting zone. Could I use some starting zone gear? Would that be too hard to do? Do be loving this chest piece. I've been using it quite a bit recently. But like, there's that one top that is like the iconic Draenei top, in my opinion. This one. But I really struggle to make it work. So I don't know. Let's have a play around. I'll see what I can do. Plate is such an interesting armor type to work with. I will say, I think plate armor often looks really bad on Draenei. I really struggle with it a lot of the time. I think Draenei are great. They're like my favorite race in the game. But it can be quite hard to make something that looks good, especially with their legs. It's the bloody legs that are the problem. It's a tricky balance because my heart is like, just find whatever has the most floating crystals on it and chuck that in there. But then Azuremyst Isle as a zone is a very simple place. It's very simple and calm and peaceful, so I really don't want to go overboard, you know? I want to keep it somewhat grounded. Oh, see, I kind of really like that. That's fun. That's really fun. Oh, wait, do I have shoulders that match the Telhamat set? I don't even know what they would look like, but I have the Telhamat set. Wait, I kind of love that. That's fun. I do love using these shoulders with the little like wing things that come out. It's fun. Oh wait, those are good. Oh, those are the Telhamat shoulders. Yeah, okay. I want to do that. Can I use the Telhamat belt as well? Can I tie everything together? Surely the Telhamat set comes with a belt. Am I just blind? Can I just not see it? There it is. Yes. Oh my god. It's perfect. Wait, do I have like a pink? Yes! It's perfect. Oh my god, I'm actually obsessed with this. Okay. Last but certainly not least, we have Enri, the Draenei Frost Death Knight, in an Azuremyst Isle themed outfit. I genuinely could not have wished for a better theme for Enri, having begun her journey in Azuremyst Isle over 10 years ago now. For this transmog, I've taken inspiration from the many giant purple Exodar crystals littering the island, as well as tying in some Draenei specific pieces from the Telhamat plate set, and generally trying to keep it a more laid-back set to represent the humble beginnings of every Draenei adventurer in World of Warcraft. Eee! Okay, here they all are together. I don't know if I can pick a favorite. No, that's a lie. The beach one is my favorite. It looks so silly and good, and I really, really like it. But let me know which one's your favorite, and if you have any more suggestions for categories, pop them down in the comments below and I will add them to the wheel. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm excited to keep doing this as a series, and it'll only get more exciting and in-depth and polished as we go on. This has been a bit of a trial run to see how this sort of video will work, and I'm very excited about where it can go in the future. Also, a huge thank you to my channel members. Their support is a huge part of the reason I can keep making these videos, and I really, really appreciate it. Okay, yeah, that's all I have. Bye!